Hello there guys, my name is Mike and today we're going to be looking at beam shots of the 5 HID lights that I own. They are the 2835 watt Oracle, the 35 watt L35, the 3580 watt Yow, the 80 watt Barn Burner, and last but not least the 172 watt Vector 192 BFL, and BFL stands for Big F***ing Light. The first one is this outbuilding over my shoulder here, which is 510 feet away. Alright, we're at our next spot. This tree back here behind me is about 180 feet, and the setup for these pictures is basically to get an idea of the beam shots. The tree's pretty close for these HID lights, but hopefully by shining on the grass here you'll have an idea of what the beam patterns look like. So let's take a look. We're on our next shooting location. Behind me over my shoulder is a tree that is 410 feet away. Alright, we're at our next shooting location. Right over here over my shoulder are some restrooms that are 310 feet. Don't ask me why I took pictures of restrooms. I was here in the park and we're looking for some subjects to shoot, and why not? So let's take a look at how the HIDs did on lighting up some potties.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Touch this. My music hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me. What am I to rhyme and to hype me? It feels good when you know you're down. A super dope homeboy from the Oak Town, and I'm known.
Alrighty, we're at our next location. Over my shoulder here are some goalposts that are around 310 feet. The setup for this was to give some perspective on beam patterns again, what they look like from the 35 up to the 172 watt lights.
Good evening. I was walking in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. My monster from its slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash from my laboratory in the castle east to the master.
Our next scene takes us to a small ballpark field in Hamilton, Ohio. I found a nice sized tree that was 320 feet away from the camera. Unfortunately, it started to rain on me, so some of the streaks that you see in the shots is actually rain, so let's have a look. All right, we're at our last shooting location. If you look over my shoulder here, there's a blue water tower. It is approximately 1,500 feet from the camera. So let's take a look and see how the HIDs did on lighting it up. Okay, let's wrap things up by going over some of the lights again and discussing some of the beam patterns. The first one is the Oracle 35 watt. Again, you can see this has the textured orange peel reflector. I think this is a great light for what I would call short work, under 200 feet. It has a very clean light pattern as we saw in the pictures. Has reasonable throw. Now, if you need something with a little bit more punch in the 35 watt range, I would say go with the L35. It has noticeably more of a spot with the smooth shiny reflector than the Oracle, and did a very nice job on lighting, objects that were a little farther away. The Yao 3580 watt spotlight. This reflector, as we saw in the pictures, does a tremendous job at lighting objects that are very far away. Now, again, as we saw on some of the beam shots, it does have lighting artifacts or rings in the output pattern, but if you're looking for a light to really shine up objects that are pretty distant, this is an excellent choice. I was really surprised on how far the light beamed through with this. The barn burner, 80 watt, I think as we saw, it's a little bit more lightweight and more compact than the Yao 80 watt. Again, it has an adjustable focus, but you won't get the focused beam like you will in the Yao. So, as we saw in the pictures, it had a reasonable spot to it and had good throw, but it also had good flood tendencies too to light up the immediate area. Now, the last light we're going to take a look at is the Vector 192 BFL. What can you say about this light? It's amazing. Did you hear that? Well, when you power this thing on, you're going to need two things. Let me show you what they are. They're very important. First of all, you're going to need some serious sunglasses because that bugger's bright. Second, you're going to need some suntan lotion. So again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you later. Bye.